Hello, and welcome back to RoadTripVia, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is number 826, the category Brainy Tuesday, number 47. This is the 20-question trivia quiz that has a question 21 tiebreaker at the very end. All of these questions come from different categories, but they are a little more difficult than our normal pub quiz trivia. So, good luck on today's quiz. Question number 1. What youth from classical Greek mythology was so infatuated with himself and his reflection in a pool of water that he turned into a flower, which is today a relative of the daffodil family? The Greek youth we're looking for was named Narcissus. Question number 2. Bounded by a double membrane and often called the powerhouse of the cell because it generates most of the chemical energy needed to power the cell's biochemical reactions, in which organelle does aerobic respiration take place? The answer is the mitochondria. Question number 3. Seifert, elliptical, barred spiral, and irregular 2 are all types of what gravitationally bound system of stars, astronomical objects, and dark matter that includes the Andromeda and the Milky Way? Andromeda and Milky Way are both examples of galaxies. Question number 4. Beauty is truth, and truth beauty. That is all ye know in life, and all ye need to know. These lines describing the perfection and timelessness of art come from what famous poem by John Keats? His most popular work, Ode on a Grecian Urn. Question number 5. Seppuku, most often referred to by what term, is a form of Japanese ritual suicide by disembowelment that was originally reserved for samurai in their code of honor, but was also practiced by other Japanese people during the Showa period. Seppuku is also called harikari. Lots of different spellings of harikari. Question 6. Nicknamed the Commodore, what was the name of the American business magnate who built his wealth in railroads and shipping, and who established a private university, now named after him, in Nashville, Tennessee? It is Vanderbilt University, named after Cornelius Vanderbilt. Question number 7. One rises in southwest Tibet and then flows through India, Pakistan, and into the Arabian Sea. The other flows from the Himalayas through India and Bangladesh into the Bay of Bengal. What are the names of these two rivers? The answer is the Indus and the Ganges. Question number 8. Andrew Jackson was a hero in the Battle of New Orleans, and Francis Scott Key wrote The Star-Spangled Banner during what war that was finally ended with the exchange of ratifications of the Treaty of Ghent? The answer is the War of 1812. Question number 9. Believed to have been written around 1590 or 1592, Catherine, Bianca, Lucentio, and Petruchio are some of the main characters in what Shakespearean comedy that has been adapted to modern movies several times? One of those adaptations is 10 Things I Hate About You. The answer is The Taming of the Shrew. Question 10. There is a Greek word meaning love that when applied to Christianity means a man's love for his God or God's love for man. What is the word that is used for this type of love? The answer is agape. Question 11. Bronchus, diaphragm, alveoli, vital capacity, nares, pharynx, and trachea are all terms related to which human body system that is used for gas exchange for survival? Those are all terms used when referring to the respiratory system. Question 12. Apatite is 5, topaz is 8, gypsum is 2, and diamond is 10. On what scale of mineral hardness that was developed by a German geologist and mineralogist who it is now named after? His name was Friedrich Mohs. We're looking for the Mohs scale. Question 13. In this experiment, the interferometer was used to determine the exact speed of light. What is the name of this 1887 experiment which contributed to the formation of Einstein's theory of relativity and disproved the ether hypothesis? That's a brainy Tuesday question. The answer is the Michelson-Morley experiment. Now you know. Question 14. Stryver, Dr. Alexander Manetti, Sidney Carton, and Charles Darnay are all characters in what 1859 work by Charles Dickens set in London and Paris during the French Revolution? Those are all characters from A Tale of Two Cities. Question 15. Jonathan Oldstyle, Geoffrey Crayon, and Diedrich Knickerbocker are some of the pseudonyms used by what author of Rip Van Winkle and the Legend of Sleepy Hollow? Those are all pseudonyms of Washington Irving. Question 16. In quantum mechanics, what man's most famous principle concerning uncertainty states that it is impossible to know both the position and the momentum of a particle at the same time? That principle concerning uncertainty was Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. His name was Werner Heisenberg. Question 17. Based in Geneva. It dissolved in 1946, shortly before the United Nations was established. What was the name of this international organization that the United States never joined? The answer is the League of Nations. Question 18. Built in 1942 and nicknamed the Chicago Pile 1, the first American nuclear reactor was constructed at the University of Chicago by what Nobel Prize-winning Italian physicist? His name was Enrico Fermi. Question 19. Although it was actually named after dogs on the island, what group of islands owned by Spain shares its name with what type of bird of which Tweety is an example? Tweety bird is a canary. It is the Canary Islands, or the Insula Canaria, which means Island of Dogs. Question 20. This work separates real and ideal forms through the analogy of real objects and their shadows. Citizens of the state are divided into 3 classes: guardians, soldiers, and workers. What is the name of this most famous dialogue of Plato? His most famous work, it was called The Republic. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of RoadTripVia. I can hear a few of you cheering that I've finally pronounced pseudonym correctly. I know that's one that gets brought up every time I pronounce pseudonym incorrectly. Somebody comments and says it's pronounced pseudonym. I don't know why I've always said pseudonym, but apparently that's incorrect. And it has been confirmed by Google and pointed out several times by lots of viewers. So thank you for pointing it out. I will never make that mistake again. I probably will. You'll have to point it out again. But today I remembered after I said it, I was like, oh no, they told me stop saying that. So pseudonym. The pseudonyms of Washington Irving were Diedrich Knickerbocker. Anyways, I appreciate it when you do point out stuff that can be corrected. One of these days, maybe when I get past 1,000 episodes, there are some quizzes that I've done that have errors in them. So once I get past 1,001 episodes, one of the things that I'm sure that I'm going to do is go back and start correcting errors that have been pointed out in these quizzes. I hope that these quizzes are on YouTube for a long time, and it would be ideal if they had very little to zero errors. Anyways, that's just one of the plans. Here is question 21, the tiebreaker for today. Irregularly shaped pearl was the meaning of what type of art characterized by excessive ornateness, whose most famous artists were Gian Lorenzo Bernini and Caravaggio? What type of art, period of art, genre of art has a name that means irregularly shaped pearl? The word we're looking for is Baroque.